There is a problem in the land. US is very, very angry on Nigeria over the petition upon petition. So many countries and many bodies have written to them concerning the issue of Nigeria, mostly the issue of killing of Christians and the issue of injustice that is happening in Nigeria, and it concerning the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case that is going on in Nigeria that has not ended for how many years now, and the human rights violation that has been going on in Nigeria for decades. But still yet the government, they don't want to listen and they don't want to do anything concerning it. Mostly this issue of Christians, the Islamic movements, Boko Haram and the rest of them, Fulani herdsmen and terrorists. The way they used to kill the Christians and do so many things against the churches, against the Christian, mostly against the Biafran people. So the US government, they are very, very angry towards the way Nigerian government is doing, on the way the Nigerian country is on the Christians. So now one of their senators have come out to challenge Nigerian Federation and to give them a particular name. And in this video, you are going to watch everything directly from him and the way everything is going and how they want to use to be treating the Nigerian government and the people and the those that is into the government. And now it is not a little thing to the government, because they have, in fact, they have waking up the US, EU, and other world. They are waking up against the Nigerian government because the way they are doing this season, it is not okay. Mostly the issue of Christian in Nigeria. So as you're about to watch, you try to like, subscribe, and I would like to hear your comments down below. And don't skip any part of the video because it's full of a lot of things and a lot of information for you to watch and for you to hear. So thank you for watching.
There's a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and I sent a letter here just recently, just a few days ago this week, to Secretary of State Marco Rubio to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern.
Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, depending on where you are watching from. Hope you all are doing well, and thank you so much for stopping by. So it's interesting to see how foreigners are beginning to pay attention to what is happening in Nigeria. This is a young US senator and host of other international figures calling for Nigeria to be designated as a country of particular concern. Now, what I'm going to let you guys watch the videos because I have a quite number of them for you guys to watch. But what is even more interesting is how these people are digging deep into what is happening in Nigeria and shining light on Nigeria's situation for the whole world to see. And this is what many Nigerians cannot do. And you can't even blame them because it is as a result of the situation we have found ourselves in Nigeria. Now, it is important to note that Nigeria was once designated for the very first time in history as a country of particular concern by the former US president, who is also the current president, President Donald Trump. But in 2021, Nigeria was removed from that list by the Joe Biden administration. Now, the senators and some congressmen are now pushing for Nigeria to be put back in that list again. And this particular designation also comes with some sanctions.
There's a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and I sent a letter here just recently, just a few days ago this week, to Secretary of State Marco Rubio to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's on my Twitter handle if you want to go look at it. Why is that important? If they're designated a country of particular concern, then they can no longer receive security assistance from the United States, which is a polite way of saying arms sales and training, which is currently underway right now with Nigeria. Now, why are we doing that? Because we want them to go out and fight Boko Haram. So Boko Haram and also IS West Africa. Boko Haram's more associated with like an Al-Qaeda. IS West Africa is more like ISIS. And then you have a third group in there, the Fulani. So I'll kind of go through all of these. But Boko Haram is the prevalent one that's been around for a very long time, IS West Africa. So the Muslim population of Nigeria mostly lives in the northern part of the country. The southern part of the country is where most of the Christians live. It's pretty close split 50-50. Then there's that middle band of the country where that's most of the killings are taking place. The Fulani are ones that's an ethnic group, most of them farmers, are the ones that are undertaking a lot of this indiscriminate killing. But just to give you a couple of examples that have been happening, just this year alone, there's been 7,000 Christians murdered. That's 35 a day.
Oh, my goodness.
Since 2009, 51,000 have been murdered. And so these folks are obviously Christian martyrs, in my opinion. In my view, they've been martyred for their faith. Amen. And it's a tragedy that's unfolding, and we're not doing anything about it. Now, to go back to that designation, why is that designation not there? President Trump put that designation on them, the country of particular concern, in his first term. And by doing that, it put the squeeze on the Nigerian government, which is run by a Muslim president and vice president right now. It put the squeeze on them to try to quell the killings in that country. And it did start to lessen the murders of Christians in Nigeria. The Biden administration took that designation off.
My goodness.
Why?
They took the designation off, and so I am
He's a devout Catholic, Libby.
Yeah.
Because he is a devout Catholic.
Yeah, speaking as a devout Catholic, I'd like to see that designation put back on. And just to be clear, this Christian population, they're not just Catholics. About a third is Catholic, third is Anglican, third is evangelical. So it kind of spans the gamut there. And this is a genocide that is happening there. And the United States needs to do something to tighten the screws on Nigeria. We have a lot of security assistance going on with them right now, and there's room for us to be able to turn up the volume or turn up the heat on them, so to speak, and hopefully stop this. It's continuing to escalate. They're kidnapping priests and murdering them. There was one they've had 200 priests in the last few years that have been kidnapped. They just had 54 people martyred on Palm Sunday, Ash Wednesday. They kidnapped and murdered a priest. That's just this year alone. And it's going to continue unless we do something. And that's why I'm urging Secretary of State Marco Rubio to redesignate them a country of particular concern. So that's kind of the lay of the land of what's happening there.
If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are the Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So before I let you guys watch the other videos that actually prove what these people are talking about, let me quickly explain to you guys what it means for a country to be designated as a country of particular concern by the United States. So under the U.S. International Religious Freedom Act 1998, right, a country of particular concern is one that engage in or tolerate systematic, ongoing and egregious violation of religious freedom, and that includes things like killing or imprisoning people for their religion, destroying places of worship, failing to stop religiously motivated violence, or using government power to suppress or discriminate against any faith group. And you will ask yourself, does Nigeria fall into any of this category? And the answer, of course, is yes. In fact, we are inside all the categories. So Nigeria is indeed qualified to be designated as a country of particular concern by the United States. Now, let me leave you guys to watch this particular video by Prophet Isa Ebuba. And after that, if time permits us, there is also another video that I have for you guys to watch. But if there's no time, we'll take it to the next video. Trust me, I have a lot of videos that your popular Nigerian media will not dare to play for you guys. So please just stay tuned, connected to this channel, as I'll be bringing more of the videos for you guys.
I'm speaking to every one of you Nigerians, and I want us to take note of this. We all have, I keep saying it, we have a responsibility to defend and protect the integrity of our country. We also have a responsibility to make sure that this country do not go into the point where we continue to ride on deception. Truth is truth, and truth must not be covered for anything. If there is anything that has been brought up, we must work together to see to an end to this reality. There is this issue that is ongoing about the genocide in Nigeria against the Christians of the Middle Belt. And it is true. We can't deny it. Before the militants and some of the Islamic militants began to kill some of the Hausas in Zamfara and other places, we all know that Christian communities were totally displaced. And we have recorded tens of thousands of Christians in the northern Nigeria that have been killed and their communities have been taken away. This is genocide. What is the meaning of genocide? I mean, the English definition is there. What genocide means. Now, I want you, except you are an enemy of Nigeria, but if you know that you're passionate and you're patriotic about the state of this country, then we must share this among ourselves and speak the truth to ourselves and agree with the reality of what is on ground. I have had some of the special assistant media and all of that to the president coming out to say there is no genocide in Nigeria. It's a lie, absolute lie. Just look at it. From in 2025, over 7,000 Christians were killed. Now, in just 2025, 7,087 Christians were killed in 220 days of 2025 alone. Now, daily average Christians that are being killed per day is 32 Christians per day that are being killed in this country. Another record, in 2024, 3,100 Christians were killed. In 2023, 4,118 Christians were killed. Between the period of October 2022 to September 2023, from the documents that we have, 4,118 Christians were killed. We all know about the Christmas massacre that was coordinated by the Fulani militias on the plateau in 2023. You know that 300 Christians were massacred. So you don't talk about Benue. Just within 2023, 500 Christians were killed throughout 2023 in Benue. And you go to this community, I have been there. The Christians are not there any longer. They have been displaced. So there is genocide in Nigeria. And so nobody can tell us lies when we know we have lost so much of our brethren. I have joined in the burial and the mourning of tens of thousands of Christians that have been destroyed and killed in this great country. All I encourage the Nigerian state is to rise up to occasion. Whether it is an attack on a Muslim, whether it is an attack on a church, we must stop it. There is genocide going on. And people are being eliminated, taken away from their community. And I want to say again, we cannot allow a one-party system in this country. It is not healthy. As much as we give our support to the system and the government to succeed, Nigeria cannot survive on one-party system. And I want to say to all these selfish, self-centered politicians, it is time you rethink your actions. Corruption among you must stop. And you must rise up for this time to make sure that Nigeria is salvaged and that together we fix this country. May God help every Nigerian, and may God continue to watch over the system and make things work for the good of everyone. God bless you. Share this with every Nigerian of good conscience. Let's pray. Number two, let's participate in the process and make sure that people don't just come on media. I was hurt, I was injured to see some of these media men coming on to say there is no genocide in this country. Lies must stop, and it must stop in our time. God bless you.
All right, so this is it. Just as I was editing this video, I saw the news that kidnapped Southern Kaduna pastor Anthony Lamba has died in bandit custody. Is it not the same thing we are talking about every single day? So you must be living in denial to say that what these people are talking about is not true. So let me just leave you guys to watch the last video for this particular one, then the rest will take you to the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share with others, and I'll see you all in my next video.
It's absolutely alarming what's happening, especially in Nigeria. I want to give some of these stats and then have you come around and tell us what our country can do to stop this. 18,000 churches have been burned down since 2009. 50,000 Christians have been killed since 2009, and 5 million have been displaced. Just this year alone, 7,000 have been killed. We're talking about, of course, Christian persecution in just Nigeria, but around the world, Christians are the most persecuted religion on the face of the earth. What can we as Americans do? What can our government do to stop this?
Well, Rachel, it is a tragedy what is happening in Nigeria, and as you mentioned, other places in the world. But as it relates to Nigeria, I just sent a letter to Secretary Marco Rubio to designate Nigeria a country of particular concern. Now, what that means in practice and what that does is specifically one of the things it will do is limit security assistance and restrict and restrain security assistance to Nigeria. What does that mean? That means arms sales, train and equip, and a lot of these training programs that we're doing with Nigeria with the promise that they were going to go out and eliminate Boko Haram, which is one of the groups that are killing Christians in Nigeria. There's 3 groups really in all that are doing this, Boko Haram being one, IS Africa, which is ISIS aligned, and then the Fulanis, who are also part of this, which that's where you see a lot of this indiscriminate killing. There's also a letter that's been put forward by Senator Ted Cruz to ask to do the exact same thing. But I do want to point something out. President Trump had done this in his first term.
Yes.
President Biden took this designation off. And so what we're asking is for this designation to be put back on because it did have an effect at preventing killings of Christians.
Yeah, of course. And then the American taxpayers don't want to be complicit in the murdering of Christians in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. And so, yes, if that government's not protecting Christians, we should not be giving them any money or any assistance and training. Please stay on this, Congressman. You've been a powerful voice. God bless you for that. And I hope we get a very large caucus involved. This is a very important issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless.
You got it.
Now, wow. No be small thing. Well, I hope that all of you heard everything that this lady said. Both the man in US, both the one in Nigeria, and everybody knows people and see the people that said it. And all those things, it is an evident. It is not something just ordinary video for you to just to watch. It is something that is happening in Nigeria. But what pains me is that at the end, the Nigerian press, the news, television channels, and the rest of them that everybody is watching, they will not tell you the real thing that is going on in Nigeria. The government will lie, and they will lie also. That is why they are trying all their means, all their possible best to close down every social media that that is spreading their fake and that is spreading the truth against them. So that is the thing. All those things, Nigeria is in trouble, and there is a genocide going on in Nigeria between the Christians and between the Islam, because the Islam, they have taken it to their core that they don't want to see anything like a Christians in Nigeria, both in government, both in community. That is the reason why everything is happening. So, I would like you to comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing that is happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and make sure you share the video to go around for everyone to see things happening in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.